I love this question only because, Yeah. I love this question because I admire so many things about Juan. And one of the big things that I admire about you is how you love. Mm. And I've been not like a good girlfriend, not a good wife. Like, there's just moments where I'm just like, why are you being obedient to the Bible? Like, let's just call it quits. Right. Like, too much love. Like, I'm not worth it. Like, let's just forget about it. And, like, he was always consistent in his love. Mm. And I so appreciated that because it has made me a better person. You're just a better wife. Awesome. You're a better mother. Mm-hmm. Because, like, he said, and he says this almost in every video, I'm going to beat him to the punch today. Mm-hmm. He says the reason why he did that and why he does that is because I'm a benefactor of the commitment that he made with God. Mm-hmm. And not even me. So I was just like, that is so dope that, your fear of God. Right. And that's how you want it to be. Mm-hmm. So I admire that about my spouse, your love. And so I know I was all emotional. I might have to, get a little. What, I know, right? So give us like your single most thing that you admire about one another. So,
or high on the list.
High on the list. Because there's so many things. But like, what's like one of the
traits that stands out that you...
The trait that you're just like, I so love that about Chris, or I so love that about Lisa. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So for me, it's actually changed. So...
that's good.
So when I was dating Lisa, and the thing that attracted me to her was the fact that people were drawn to her, and they were drawn to her by her charisma, by her personality, by her kindness. But that's changed because for me, I think over time that wasn't enough anymore. Like, to know who she was to other people. Mm. Like, I had to start knowing who she was to me. Right. So, probably the thing I admire about her most now is understanding how hard she loves. Awesome. So, Lisa really has a commitment to the people that she loves. And is not willing and does not want them to want for anything. Is willing to do anything she can do to support them and to hold them up. And she really has a consideration, like a deep, deep, deep consideration about the needs of the people that she loves. And I'm a benefactor of that. And also I know that my children will also be benefactors of that as well.
Excellent.
That is awesome.
You can tell by how she looks at you.
I know, look at her.
Brother,
I'm about to do something.
I know, right? You about to do
something points on that, bro.
Tonight's gonna be great.
You gonna have a good night. You'll be all right.
She was dreading that appointment, but tonight is about to be great. See, BTC Conjugals just helps out. I'm telling you, we make the nights better after these interviews. Okay, go ahead, Lisa.
Oh my goodness. So I would say that the thing that I admire about Chris, the most. Which is also the thing that, like, it really hurts me for Chris the most, too, as his wife. Because I don't like people to take advantage of my husband, because I'm very, like, protective of him, is his love for people. And I think that's what really also convinced me about the type of man I wanted to marry. I didn't know I wanted this man. But when I just seen Chris's commitment to people... like, he's the type of person who, he sincerely asks you, like, how are you doing? He's not, like, phony, not like, oh, God is good, whatever. Like, he's willing to take out the time and to, like, sit there and be with you and be like, oh, this and this is going on, whatever. And he'll check back in with you about that, but, like, in a very authentic way. And so I would say just, like, his love for other people and his commitment to them is something that I really love about Chris and admire. I don't love when people take advantage of it, though.
Right. Mama there. That's right.
Because you love so hard.
Because you love so hard. Look at that. This is a love
And
fest.
I would tell them, but Chris wouldn't tell them. Because
Right.
Chris is the nice one.
Right.
I'm not the nice one.
That's why I love her. Yeah, I love her.
Here's a challenging question. Discuss one area of improvement for your spouse. Like for me,
Oh, okay.
the area of improvement I would like to see, I've said it before, so if she could just like pick up some things, like, hey, there's a computer, some socks, a dog, and a dinosaur on the floor. Could you pick that up?
Right.
Okay. Then she picks
Right.
it up and then drops 19 other things.
I guess that's because it's on the frontal lobe.
You see?
So we're just discussing one area, not the top area, right?
Just one.
Right. Just
Just
one.
one area.
Just one.
So Lisa could better improve in the way she maintains expensive items.
Okay.
Including, well, she wasn't as good with her phone for a while, but that's better. Okay. Growth. Her car in particular is probably the main thing.
The challenge. Look,
Challenge.
because he's trying to get the car. I just want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Just some other things like your bag or your shoes. Like just don't. You gotta maintain these things when you take them off so that they last.
Right.
And retain their value.
There you go.
There you go. See, that wasn't too bad.
That wasn't too bad. For Chris, I would say the thing that comes to mind is probably like what you have going on with Sonia too.
Mm-hmm.
Is probably just like picking up like after himself. Not so much like, I don't think he does it in our room anymore. We're in transition because we just moved. So the books, they're everywhere. It's the books, it's the papers, it's just everything. We used to have a miscellaneous drawer for him, like at the other house, where he could shove whatever, however he wants to, and it could stay hidden. But do we wear upstairs, but not downstairs, because you need one downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, because at least we can hide it. Because I'm that person. Like I want you to like come to the house and everything's like neat. Like I want to come to a house that's like clean.
What happened on Sunday, babe?
What happened?
When we got visitors.
When we had visitors, I shoved everything into that closet.
Put it away.
We sure did. I took all his papers.
While I was upstairs. So she snuck that jar.
You're like, where are my papers? I was writing. I was writing.
It was like a covert. It was like a covert operation.
See, I'm trying to get better with it, but I had to realize it is a level of respect for him because I don't like to clean. Okay, Molly Maids cleans. Okay, you pay your $100-something, come and clean my house once a month. I washed all the towels. And my husband is a veteran. He likes to have a towel folded a certain way. And he likes to have his towel there. Yeah. So he gets in the shower.
Oh, no.
I don't know who his wife was at this time. But whoever his wife was at this time forgot to put the towel and a rag back. So he gets out of the shower and he's like, oh, my towel! So he's yelling from the bathroom. So Reed's like, Dad's yelling. And I'm like, what? I'm in the other room. Dad's yelling. Somebody moved his towel. And I was like, babe, what are you saying? Who moved my towel? See, this is what I'm talking about. Nobody respects me in this house. Nobody. I'm cleaning and I'm taking, and I was.
That's a real dad moment. That's a real dad moment.
He lost it.
I'm sitting here driven wet.
Man, listen.
Through the door.
Through the door. He's through the door, totally yelling. But I said, Daddy straightens up the house. We need to be more mindful of your dad and how hard he keeps his things. And like I said, so we need to work on that. And I said, everyone apologize. I did. And we all apologized. And he was like, thank you.
He was still mad.
He was still mad, but I took him out to eat and blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he was alright. What life event has tested the strength of your relationship?
What life event?
One of the more difficult parts for us was when Lisa's grandfather passed last year. like she had said before that she hadn't gotten homesick for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But this was just a period in which, because this was only the real patriarchal figure she had for a long time in her life.
Understand.
So when he passed, and it was unexpected in a lot of ways, I feel like it was difficult for me. I didn't know how to help her grieve, and how to comfort her in her grief. And I think I did the best job that I could, but, you know, she really needed a lot at that time.
Yeah, I would agree. That is what came to mind first when you said that. I'm sorry. I get a little bit
It's
like,
okay.
It's okay.
you know, it's real.
Right.
But yeah, I think that was definitely what came to mind for me. But what was really crazy is so funny that you feel that way, because Chris was actually the only person, like, I mean, obviously, for me, besides God, who really met me, like, where I was at. But actually, even with the God thing, that wasn't good. Because honestly, I didn't feel like God was meeting my needs.
Right.
If I'm honest
That's real.
with you.
Yeah.
So it was actually a really messed up point for me, to the point where I was just like, God would never like do this. But Chris was really like the person who, as a result of me abandoning and not feeling like anybody else or anything else was giving me what I needed, like, I feel like I did put a lot of, like, it was all on him. Which involved him, like, making some serious sacrifices, you know, like, just being with me. And we were in a position where, like we were helping my family out back at home as far as, like, finances. So it was like, there's no option to go home. So, like, you have to stay here. You're helping more by being here than being there, because then you're taking away from the resources.
Right.
That was not just, like, taxing on us, like, emotionally. It was actually a time that was really taxing on us, like, financially. Like, he didn't have to sign up for a lot of stuff, and he is like this. You know, I don't know if a lot of people who are married to, like, foreigners or other people, like, one of the things in my family is that we take care of each other, like Chris said. Before. And so with me coming abroad, like, one of the things I've always done by myself was I would send money home. And so when Chris and I, like, joined our finances, like, when we were engaged and even, like, marriage, I was like, oh gosh, now I have to tell him, like, because he already knew what was happening, but I was like, but is he going to accept and, like, love on my family in the same way? And is he going to sacrifice? Because that's, like, our, like, money.
Your money, right.
Which he's done, like, with no complaints or whatever. And so, but it made me feel guilty, like, as a wife. Like, we never give, like, his family money.
Right.
You know? So it was just like, but why is this, like, okay? And so I thought that was, like, you know, impacted our marriage in that way financially. But just, like, really on all levels. But it was definitely a time where we were actually... I felt like God really confirmed, like, wow, like, you guys are really, really good for each other. You know? You know? Yeah. Like, even now, I think that's very convicting to me. Just like when I think of, you know, my my school path and, like, how I got to, like, getting a degree. I actually hate my story. And it's because it didn't happen in this very structured way that I was like, oh, this is exactly how it has to happen. And, like, me still, like, being dissatisfied about that is, like, really hard for me, because I then overshadowed, like, this big accomplishment and, like, where I am in life.
This is our story, y'all.